Hello and welcome to Train Sim TV and welcome back to another TSW6 video. The game is actually now out, so as of the 30th of September, so yesterday, when this video was recorded. Well, today being the 30th, it's actually the day after, so you can actually go and pick it up now. Standard edition, people that waited can now get hold of the game. Obviously, deluxe and special editions and all that we're already able to play on the early access, but everyone is now able to play. So that aside, I have a question, and it's one I've been asking, and it's one that I've seen people have the same issue, is what happens, or what do you do, if you can't find one of the creators' liveries that you've subscribed to that you really want to drive? What happens? So, and where do you go to actually sort this? So first of all, just what I wanted to play was in question is one of these Voyager liveries. I couldn't find it. I subscribed to it. It was ticked. It wouldn't appear in the listing for the timetable. So, I mean, I've got a ton of these duplicated. I have no idea why, but that aside, they are obviously now appearing. Now, if you can't see these in your Creator Club listing, it might be because you might have turned a setting off, and I had no idea. Now, where is it? That is the question. Forget where it is. It is in one of these. Is it advanced? There it is. If you go to advanced settings, you'll see the UGC livery substitutions and UGC formation substitutions. I had these disabled. I had no idea that this actually stopped them from appearing in the in that listing. Now, if you've got them disabled and you can't find them, turn it back on, and it will mean that you can play with these liveries. Is that so? I've been playing all this time not knowing that it was just because I turned something off. I must have had that setting enabled at all times on TSW5. I'm pretty certain it was a setting that was on there. So today we're going to have a drive of this livery, and we're going to do a run out of going to do a run out of Paignton. We're going to probably do one of these shorter runs, so we'll do that, I think. Get straight into it. So I hope everyone's enjoying the game, and obviously people that have been playing it on early access, I hope you've been enjoying it. I've seen a lot of positive word on the Riviera line, and quite rightly so. I think this is a very strong release route in terms of core. It's absolutely stunning, and it's a really fun drive as well. Right, so let me just go and turn some safety systems. We'll get ourselves sorted. Get all those sorted, and then we can go back onto the seat. Up some lights on today, and we'll get the doors open. Get our GSMR, which is already on, and that is us. Now, first of all, this is the livery we're driving today. So this is the Ex Avanti West Coast, so AWC, with the cross-country X on the front. So this is on the Creators Club, and it's absolutely stunning. A very nice job. So, I'm quite chuffed with this one. So this is a nice extra flavour you can drive on the street. That looks absolutely superb in that lighting there, I think. So that is what we're going to be driving over through to Exeter in a very short while. I've also got, I mean, I think it's actually meant to be a 221 really, but I'm not so fussed. It's just nice to have a different livery. Also, I've got a track mod on here. I'm not sure if this mod's out yet. It's one from Rob S that he sent to me out, but I don't know if he's actually released it yet. But anyway, it's going to take a feature in his face, so it's actually got a lot more like weathering around on the nails and stuff. So it's a bit more of a weathered oxidized look, sort of like rusted. Which is quite a nice texture, to be honest. It works quite nicely. I like it. I did have spray heat on one, but which is it's a more newer looking ballast, but I think this one suits it quite well, so I'm going to keep with this. What's this? Big locker in there. And there is a 8F waiting to depart. One thing I found a shame is they didn't add the station markers to the Paignton Park station. There's just a sign. You can actually see what time the next trains are. It's a shame because obviously on it you can see obviously what time the trains are. That's not to worry. Also, that awaits in a different location today. I've actually seen it where it's been parked down here, so it must move up and down, do random stuff at certain times of the day. I don't know if it's got anything on it. It doesn't at the minute, but whether it's randomised and spawn in different locations, I don't know. Anyway, doors can be shut. Right. Now I've actually unlocked all the mastery stuff now, so we might even see the planes go over at Torquay.
The next station is Torquay. This is a cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly.
What is Torquay? So we're going to call it Torquay, Newton Abbot, Teignmouth, Dawlish, and Exeter St David's on this run. Already speeding coming out. It's actually sorted itself out. We're on the uphill gradient, so it's not too bad. Right, so as we get ourselves underway, so Riviera line is now available to either get in the bundles or everything like that, or you can just pick up the route separately. It's actually a separate release as well, so you can actually pick up the route itself for £29.99, and you can also pick up the Voyager as well, separate standalone for £12.99, which is a pretty decent price to be honest for this. Nice, it's a nice drive. Do recommend it. It's very, very good. I said this route, the whole choice of route and stock, I think, has been an absolute blinder. If I was to rate the 3 core routes in order, I would say Riviera, then Morristown, and then Dresden Leipzig. I actually drove Dresden Leipzig on the Monday night stream, and to be quite honest with you, I was pretty disappointed in it. I found it pretty bland and, to be fair, boring. It didn't really do anything for me. The route itself, the scenery was nice, don't get me wrong, but it was just very straight line. But it was just a straight line route really. There weren't very much going on. It was just fields, trees, and a few built-up areas here and there. I mean, it wasn't really a route that ticked my boxes in the German content, and I really do enjoy German content for TSW, but on this occasion it just wasn't there for me. Maybe when the 145 expert comes, I think that's meant to be having a timetable on that route, and it also makes use of the 101 expert, I believe, from what I've heard. So maybe when that comes along, it might give it a bit of a lease of life. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. But it's not going to be a route I'm going to rush back to play for now, and it's one of them ones I'm going to hold off doing a video, I think, at the minute, just because I don't feel I can sit there and do an hour-long video, just sit me trying to make stuff up, because I can't find anything to really like get excited for, which is a shame really. But anyway, that aside, so that is the ordering that I'm going to give the ratings at. So this is top for me, absolute top. I've driven this quite a bit. You see the planes, look. A little bit rubber bandy. Pretty cool for a Mastery. And they just fly around Torquay, back and forth. So if you happen to stop at the station, you do see them.
We are now approaching Torquay. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when...
And they're back again, look. I think they're pretty beast. Although, on the picture for the Mastery, I'm pretty certain there was a bomber. Lancaster bomber in the picture as well, so I'm wondering where the Lancaster bomber is, if it was actually meant to be a Lancaster bomber, I don't know. Well, there might be an issue there, maybe, I don't know, but I'm pretty certain the picture, when you activate it, it does show 3 planes, I'm sure it did. But anyway, it's pretty easy to get that Mastery as well. You don't have to do too much. I think level 1 you get the route poster, which is a few services and a bit of driving, I think, a few miles driven. Mastery 2 is like 6 or 8 services or scenarios, and 80 miles I think you have to drive, so it's pretty tame, to be honest. It's not actually too bad to pick up. as them planes. You can hear them. Oh, get high enough to see where they are. Hoping they'll pass in a second before we go, but if not to worry. It's nice to see older planes rather, their head up, rather than what do you call it, like red arrows. Like red arrows are pretty big, but I like that. That's pretty special. I'm having that for a. I reckon that's going to be the thumbnail. I can get it just framed. Be awkward with that bloody arm tree in the label. Planes, trains, and patch reports. I like that. It's a nice that livery. I do like that livery. Pretty suits, I'd say. A decent job on it, to be honest. Like getting all the lines and stuff. It's pretty convincing. Like logo and text and stuff. Good job to the dev on that one. So today as well, with the release of the game, there's been a number of updates as well that have come through today. The step brake on there for the hill start.
The next station is Newton Abbott. This is a cross-country service to...
The hill start is like the same with the 170, it's on the comma. Right, so there was a post from Dovetail on the forum, or everywhere else on the socials, about the update. So today we're sharing the first patch for TSW6, improving some known issues we outlined ahead of the early access, and some key fixes from player reports and feedback. This includes a fix for train faults appearing during scenarios, poor route improvement, and later this week, improvements to PS5 audio. Currently, this update is being shared on Steam and shortly to Epic Games platforms, with PlayStation Xbox coming later in the week once certification has been passed. The team are also working towards the first few patches following the release today, and they'll be outlining those improvements and have a planned article ahead of launch shortly. As usual, please allow up to 24 hours for the updates to appear, and share your feedback following the changes in your community discussions. So on the core, you have got remove train faults appearing in the scenarios, fix an issue causing Dovetail Live login to not appear when selecting the sign-in option, fix an issue causing an incorrect controller layout to appear on the UI, and coming later in the week is fix an issue for the PS5 causing an audio to pop and crackle incorrectly. And as well, coming in the week is another fix for the PlayStation 5 causing audio to cut out during gameplay. And we are not stopping here. Why am I stopping here? I just saw Tor Bay on the location thing. Well, let's drive on. Moving on into the Dresden Leipzig thing. So there's reducer traffic in version scenario for PS4 and Xbox One consoles to optimize the performance, and also fix an issue causing the ZS3 to show while shunting is displayed on signals. The DBBR442 fixed a display causing issues with the HUD and screens to report power being applied when no power was actually being applied during wheel slide conditions. On the DBBR294, remove the headlight objectives for Leipzig's Big Helper scenario to prevent them causing a scenario to be incompletable. On the Riviera line, the Class 150 increased rarity of the wiper faults. On Morristown, this is one's got the most updates. So you've got added the climb up prompt that was missing from Summit platforms, fixed an issue causing announcements to stop playing after 20 minutes, Fixed an issue causing announcements not to trigger on platforms for Circassius junction, I think that is. Fixed an issue causing passengers to clip through railings when spawning on foot. Fixed an issue causing a dustbin to convent to pop in and out of existence, so I presume that's an LOD. Fixed snow textures appearing incorrectly at Hoboken Terminal and Maplewood. Fixed an issue at Denville and Maplewood lighting during the fog at night. And replaced station announcements at Convent to Convent Station. On the ALP 46, fixed a UI issue caused NJT ALP 46 to appear incorrectly when selecting. And on the multi-level cab car, updated safety systems audio on training centre multi-level. And finally, the DBBR 101 fixed an issue with the doors not working as expected on the new Dresden-Leipzig route. Well, that is all the updates for now until future updates. But however, I am just going to scroll through, and as I see here, it says this is from Alex. So as an update, the patch is now live across PS4, PS5, and Epic Game platforms. We're now accessing final checks for Xbox and Xbox platforms. And then later on, another message come through that is actually now live on all Xbox platforms. So excellent stuff. Win. Let's get some power down there. So just a few key facts if you've not seen any of the videos on this route just yet. So this route is 60 miles covering the South Devon main line between Exeter, St David's and Plymouth, including the Riviera line branch to Paignton. Featuring 14 detailed stations, including Marsh Barton, with authentic GWR furnishings and as well as audible passenger announcements. You get the BR Class 802/0 and the 802/1 BMU in GWR green livery. You get the BR Class 150/2 Super Sprinter, well, not Super Sprinter, it's just a Sprinter, DMU in GWR green livery. And then you get the usual jargon, highly detailed, blah blah blah. A very, very detailed timetable. Additional layers, of course, if you have all those. And again, just going for the 220. We've got the 220 Voyager DEMU in the original cross-country livery. Usual details and all that jazz. Again, really do recommend the pair together. They really do. If you don't have the 220, I think you're going to have a bit of a gap in your timetable. So yeah, definitely go for it. The price of it, it's not expensive at all. It's a very, very good price. Again, that's $12.99 for the 220 and it's $29.99 for the route. I'm not going to bang on about that anymore. What I am going to bang on about now, though, is something else that I like to bang on about every time we do this sort of thing. And now this is the second time. So this is the second time I'm going to bang on. It is the free starter pack. Now, if you have no interest at the moment in TSW, or you have some interest but you don't want to play it just now, get the free starter. You need to not be daft. You need to get this free starter, because otherwise you'll be buying it down the line. It's only here for about 6 weeks, I believe. So, honestly, use your initiative, folks. Go and grab the game. It's free to grab. Don't let it go and go back on to full price, because then you'll have to pay it full price down the line. And you'll have the core game there in your starter edition. You can just go and buy some DLC later on. Even if you just grab it, activate it, don't have to install it. It's yours to keep once you've activated it into your account. You literally, you own it. You might want to go and play it later on at Christmas, maybe. Just literally put it in your account. I say this every year. Don't be left out. Because the ones that left out and, oh, we didn't do that, those are the ones that moan later on down the line. Those are the ones that end up being keyboard warriors and start moaning about the game. And just do it. It takes you 2 seconds of your life to do it. It is worth doing. You might find you might enjoy the game. You might surprise yourself. It's come a long way as TSW, I think. So much more good stuff in the game. So much good stuff coming off that roadmap, but still to come yet. If you look back at the roadmap, what was on the announcement, the game with all the other third-party stuff, there's so much exciting content to come. It's going to be a good year, I think. Alright, Allo Junction, we're now crossing into Newton Abbot. Very shortly. It says Newton Abbot, Timoth and Dawlish, and then we're straight through.
Newton Abbot.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
I love these announcements. Brilliant. Such a great change to the game. Now I do have all the faults turned off apart from signal behaviour for now. That's on, but the train faults I've turned off because they're just so buggy. I'm going to wait for a while until DTG sort that out. It was just becoming hindrance more than fun. And I didn't see, other than that one for the 150, there was nothing else in like the main like fault stuff, so they must have more work to do on that. Otherwise they'd have said something.
This is Newton Abbot. This is a cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly. The next station is Teignmouth.
Oh, having the Paignton branch just means if you haven't got the time to run the whole route, you can do a part of it. It's just a nice section to do. That is it. That section's bloody grueling with all the gradient changes. You've really got to be on the ball with that. Now I do have another mod on. Don't know if it does anything to the 150 on this. Maybe not. I think that's still the same. I've got the Rob S interim mod, which does a few bits to like the stock. It's got a mod on that does something to the HST exterior texture as well, that makes them a little more dirty as well. I've actually got the smoke mod in as well, so older BR stuff, older DTG stuff has better smoke effects. I don't think it actually affects anything on the route. Right, it is doors closing time. One thing I do hope we see is a door buzzer. No buzz or anything.
The next station is Teignmouth. This is a cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly.
Now I actually, when I did the last video to do with the Western, if any of you watched that, thank you for anyone that did, you'll have noticed and you'll have heard that I had issues trying to find and locate that service in the actual timetable. However, it presented itself to me the other night. It actually appeared, weirdly. So I'm hoping that that issue is now just sorted itself out. It was really annoying not to be able to find it, but I'm actually managed to drive the run to Paignton on the stream. An absolutely fantastic drive, brilliant. It was a nice nice run up into Paignton on the gradients, and it sounded fantastic. So I recommend you, if you can find it in your list, go and give that one a drive. What drives have you done on this route, and what have you found that's been exciting in terms of like variety of AI, any sort of like delays in your timetable, like waiting around, sort of adverse signalling? What sort of services would you like me to drive? What would you recommend me maybe to do a video on? There's going to be many videos in this route because I've got so much what to do. I've still not even done anything with 150 for a video yet. And the 802, they're coming at some point. I just get sidetracked with other things. Signals are changing up ahead of us because they've just gone from yellow and red to green, so is there something up ahead of us? Are we following somewhere? I don't think we are. We're just a signal like behaviour. Maybe some signal behaviour action there. Those are just auto signals that are just changed as we get near them. Who knows? Love this view coming into Teignmouth. The bridge and the boats. Just the distance as well. The distance, I mean, there's nothing special on the distance side, but it works. It just looks nice. Just the right level of detail to put in there over the other side. The church there as well. The low signal. Now we're going to Teignmouth.
We are now approaching Teignmouth.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
Literally, I'm really quite staggered that there's very little things I can find in fault with this route. Bar the bits of foliage that we obviously know we've noticed on other videos, like popping through the cab here and there. Pretty flawless. I think there was one like water tile where they didn't quite match. Not massive. All massive details that are missing.
This is Teignmouth. This is a cross-country service.
It does it for me anyway.
Manchester Piccadilly. The next station is Dawlish.
I love listening to the announcements, like reading all the stations out. Just adds to the detail, like the ambience of the area when you're waiting around at a platform.
The next station is Dawlish. This is a cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly.
There's me just banging on about issues with the route. I've just found something. I couldn't find any. Maybe a slight issue. That was a ghost. Someone holding them up. Making a post. Suppose you can't actually lower the blind. It's not on a button. Don't think it is on these. Just manual. If you drive this on an early morning, if you watch back to the, if you go back on Twitch and watch our last stream, obviously it might not be there in about a year's time. Obviously, the lighting. If you get low lighting on this bit, it's so nice. Just lights up the rock. Even tunnels have been light bake properly. No issue with light bake. Nearly at Dawlish. Over there to the right.
We are now approaching Dawlish.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
I reckon you could probably drive this route now with the hood off, or any route with announcement, to a degree, unless you need to learn that speed. But I reckon you could do a good job at driving without the hood. Because that announcement is going to tell you, so it's time to sort of slow down.
This is Dawlish. This is a cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly. The next station is Exeter St David's.
Bristol Temple Meads, Bristol Parkway, Cheltenham Spa, Worcestershire Parkway, Birmingham New Street, Wolverhampton, Stafford, Stoke-on-Trent, Macclesfield, Stockport, and Manchester Piccadilly.
In fact, the pronunciations are all bang on is great as well. That's one of the worries I had really, like, is it going to pronounce them properly? Is it all going to be done right? And I think they've done a great job. And I hope, like, in future DLC that other developers manage to keep up with this announcement stuff. There's a fair bit of work involved, like. Right, we are now through to Exeter, 11 miles. So, nice simple drive now.
The next station is Exeter St David's. This is a cross-country service to Manchester Piccadilly.
So I think a couple of things I'd like to see with this train in terms of updates. So obviously I would love to see the sound set have some more work done. The pronouncement of that, the bassiness of the engine, the turbo scream a bit more. Sort of the things I would like to see on the hearing side of things. On the faults, now, first of all, faults, we need them fixing, like working properly. But on this, I'm pretty certain when you get a fault, it should actually come on the screen, and also you should get actually like, I think it's the TMS fault light. One of them lights up. I think it's the TMS fault that comes up, and it should beep, and it should come up on there. So it'd be nice to see that actually linked together. That's in some visor work. Does the fan work? Now, where is the button for the fan? That's a good question. The all-important air conditioning. No idea. Must be a switch for it, surely. Oh, hang on. It works. That on. Warm day. There's just a couple of things I'd like to see here. But the way it drives, it feels pretty decent. I mean, I'm no expert on these things, but it feels right. It drives nicely. Doesn't feel horrible. Can we go and play on the mini golf, please, Dovetail? That'd be great. Got a few holes. Our route to Starcross. I see a HST, but I don't think that is. No, it's a 150. Or just show the little patch that's in. I downloaded the blue like XFGW livery for the 150 as well, so we might see that drop in at some point, maybe when we're driving. Might use it for my video, to be honest. If not. Out of all three routes, by the way, this is definitely the most stable in terms of performance as well. Leipzig stuttered like mad here and there, like a slideshow in place. Not a slideshow, but it stuttered. You could definitely see it. This really is just an old micro stutter. Morristown, just a little bit of Hoboken at the main terminal. I've not had massive issues elsewhere. It's just this one is the most silky smooth. Runs like a dream. Which is what all of us want in TSW. It's just nice, smooth routes. We can go 100 now, so this is our last burst of power before we get to the outskirts of Exeter. The thing with this route as well is that the collisions just like bopping your ring a bit close. I think just a little bit annoying. So again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe as always. I do appreciate everyone that's been doing that recently, and thanks for everyone that's taken time to watch these videos. But if you've got any recommendations, do drop them in the comments as well. Any questions that you might need to know any answers to, let me know. A lot of people have been asking me about my INI mod settings. I might actually put that into the description so that people can actually go and have a look, because it seems a lot of people are wanting to sort of get the same setup as what I've got. I will put that in there for anyone to have a play with, but the main settings themselves are I am running on Ultra. The only thing is that it's a Sky. I think to have very high or highest. Other than that, everything else is up. But I'll burst to 100 anyway. We're straight through into St David's. Got green and then some yellows going in. Another enjoyable run on the route. I honestly can't get enough of this. What I can't wait for next is the Birmingham crew route. That's gonna be another fun route. Plenty of stuff to do on that.
We are now approaching Exeter St David's.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
Oh, there's the test train in the yard there. I did have a drive while those services as well. Weren't too bad, to be fair. I just drove it to Paignton. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for watching. If you've actually made it to the end, I appreciate that very much. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit your notification bell for future videos. Catch us on Twitch on a Monday and Friday at twitch.tv/TrainSim_TV. Plenty of TSW, TS Classic and other stuff occurring on that. Until next time, thank you again for watching, and we'll see you very soon for another video. Take care and bye for now.